All right, here we go. Patch 6.08 patch notes. Finally. Let's see what we got. Battle system, PvP system, bugs. All right, so it's what we thought. It's all just going to be battle system adjustments. Paladin, spirits within, potency up by 20, expiation, potency up by 40, blade of faith, truth, and valor. Massive increase. Holy shit. Blade of faith went up by a lot. They all went up by a lot. So they decided to buff the damage on Paladin on the high end instead of on the low end. So instead of buffing their like base rotation, their like 1-2-3 combo, or Holy Spirit, they decided to buff the big moves. Okay, that's fair. That should definitely pump Paladin up pretty well, especially with like, what is that? 460 potency added to Blade of Valor. Blade of Truth got like 150, and then 180, 70, 170 on Blade of Faith. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Tomahawk potency increase. Hell yeah, love it. Warriors absolutely needed a buff. I'm glad that they get more damage now. And it's on the thing that they use all the time. Tomahawk, very nice. Excellent. Phantom Rush potency increased from 1,000 to 1,150 on Monk. Awesome. A little more damage on their big burst move. It's good. Takes them a long time to build that up. So, you know, makes sense that it should do more damage. Okay, that's fine. Dragoon, a lot of stuff. Dragon Sight's range increase. Oh, that's the best. This right here, that's so important. The range on that going up from 12 yards to 13 yards or to 30 yards is massive. That makes it basically impossible for a DPS to break their bullshit. Hell yeah. Ride and Thrust got a little bit of a buff. An extra 120 potency on Stardiver, very nice. 50 on Heaven's Thrust, very nice. A little bit of extra love on Chaotic Spring. Yeah, those are all good. All that's good. Spinning Edge potency up. Gust Slash potency up. Aeolian Edge potency up. Armor Crush potency up. And Hyosho Ranryu potency up. This is all good. This is all low-end buffs. Like, these are good because even a bad ninja will feel these changes, right? So that's really good. Samurai, Hakaze Jinfu Shifu, Ogino. Okay, so this is also like low-end buffs. So that's really good. These are good buffs. Any samurai will feel this. Very nice. Good shit. Machinist, Drill, Air Anchor, and Chainsaw all get a little bit of love. Nothing too big, but it should like pump them up a little bit over the edge. Because if I remember correctly right now, bards are like basically out damaging machinists, which considering that machinist doesn't have any party utility, it shouldn't be happening that way. So that's really good. Dancers definitely needed some. Let's see it. Cascade, Fountain, Reverse Cascade, Fountain Fall, and Technical Finish all get buffs. That's good. Hopefully this is enough. Potency is like super hard to really like quantify when you look at it. Like in number, you have to actually see it in game. But like this is all stuff that they're going to be hitting all the time. These are good. I like that. That's good. Black Mage buffs. All right. Fire 3, Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4, Fire 4. A little bit on there. Fine. Xenoglossy gets a 100 potency buff. That's good. That's good. I like that. Hell yeah. Ooh, Summoner. Astral Impulse. Okay. Goes up by 10. 20 on Ruby Right. And 20 on Fountain of Fire. I think this is good. Ruby Right felt like it should do more damage because it's the only one that you cast, right? Like you have to cast Ruby Right, but the other moves like Emerald Right and Topaz Right are all instant. So Ruby Right hitting like a wet noodle feels bad. So this should hopefully help that a lot. And then Bahamut gets some more damage, and Fountain of Fire gets some more damage. So that's really nice. I like that. PvP, Dragon Sight change. Target party member no longer required to remain within 15 yards in order to activate left eye. Channeling animation between the Dragoon and their target has been removed. That's good. The physical tether animation is gone. So that's good. That's good. The OCE server. Homeworld transfer stuff. The following setting has been added to system config menu for Windows. Enable DualSense/DualShock 4 functionality. Does that mean that PlayStation 4 controllers work correctly finally for the first time ever? That's really nice. Enabling immersive sound stuff. That's cool. Bug fixes. Audio crackling and stuttering. That's good. Proto Omega in the Dungeon Stigma Dreamscape. There's a... Oh, yeah. Guided missile and chemical missile didn't select targets correctly. Issue Ninja PvE, Phantom Kamatachi, and the Scholar PvE action constellation could be triggered from the actions list of the actions and traits menu. How do people figure that shit out? That's weird. White Mage PvE action Thin Air was not applied to instant cast spells executed immediately after. I have noticed that when I leveled White Mage. Reaper PvP Arcane Crest didn't grant Crest of Time return effect to party members further than a yard. So basically people that weren't up your asshole. Okay, that's fine. Good job. Spearfishing. Fish weren't counted as caught despite the capture animation being displayed. That's stupid. The dance bowl could be sold to NPC vendors. Ooh. Okay. Graphics of Malviera were not displayed correctly when moving while under the effect of transporting status. Group G-pose as a sage with weapon drawn where certain emotes in the special category didn't function properly. NPC, okay. Yeah, all right. Text issues, whatever. What's broken? Enabling immersive spatial audio. Who cares? Jumbo Cackpot drawing. Times were incorrect on OCE. Okay. Or are incorrect on OCE. Okay, that's fine. See, this all makes sense, right? All of this makes sense. I'm glad that Summoner got some buffs. Black Mage buffs make sense, I guess. Like, they're currently top DPS. I don't know why they need to be more top DPS, but hey, whatever. I feel like Black Mages have a really hard time doing all their shit. I mean, like, not in every fight, but in some fights they are. Yeah, Yoshida is a Black Mage. Yeah, that's fair. I think it also, like, Reapers are definitely overtaking in lower parse percents, which I think matters more than, like, the top of the top. But, like, Black Mages should do a lot of damage because Black Mage can't do anything but stand there and shoot. So that's good. The dancer stuff, I don't know. I mean, 40 potency on, like, all of this, and then 120 on technical. Hopefully that's enough to kind of pull dancer up from below tanks. But, like, I think that these are good changes, right? Like, these are changes to base dancer, like, actions. So everyone's going to feel this, and I think that's really good. Same thing with the machinist stuff. That makes sense. I think these are really good. Buffing the low end on Samurai. Like, instead of making Madara do more damage or Tsubame Geishi do more damage, they made everything that you do all the time do a lot more damage, and then the new stuff does more damage as well. I think that's really good. Same thing with ninja. The stuff that you do all the time, even if you are a bad ninja who doesn't know how to play really well, or you're not doing Savage and mastering your rotation, you will feel this, and I think that's really good. I think that this Dragoon change is the greatest thing they ever could have done. And it shows that Square Enix understands that some things are just quality of life like issues that need to be addressed and fixed. And it tells me that they are deliberately not changing any of the quality of life issues on Dark Knight, such as how when you activate Blood Weapon, which lasts for 10 seconds, you hit the button and it immediately goes to 9 seconds left, even though a second hadn't yet passed. And also, Living Shadow on Dark Knight still spends its first 7 seconds animation locked, so it's not actually 24 seconds, and they're just lying to everybody. I feel like everybody should be really upset about that, because, like, imagine any other job where for the first 7 seconds of something's duration, it didn't work, right? Like imagine, if you will, you are a black mage, right? And you press your ley line button, and you're like, all right, I used ley lines, I'm going to stand in my ley lines, and I'm going to do my thing. But ley lines don't actually activate for 7 seconds, but during that 7 seconds, your timer for ley lines keeps ticking down. So you have a lower amount of time on ley lines. I think that if that were the case, it would be fixed immediately, whereas Dark Knight has had to deal with Living Shadow not working the way that it says it does in its tooltip the entirety of Shadowbringers, and still in Endwalker. So like, that's pretty cool. Also, having a dot that can miss uptime is pretty cool, right? That's kind of sick. Just because of like boss positioning, and then your dot has to run across the stage. That's fun. But hey, whatever, it's fine. Tomahawk buff, weird. This doesn't make, like, why? I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why they needed to do that. It's probably to make it feel more in line with the other range attacks. But it, you know, whatever, that's fine. That's not going to make or break Warrior, right? That's just a nice little thing. That's cool. I think Phantom Rush being buffed by 150 is dope. I'm sure that everybody who plays Monk is going to really enjoy seeing an even bigger number off Phantom Rush like that. Pretty sick. And then Paladin, I mean, like, they just... I don't know if I would have rathered Paladin get buffs to Holy Spirit, Royal Authority, and, like, Riot Blade, right? Or if I would rather have the buffs on their new things. But it makes sense, right? Right? It makes sense that all the big new buttons got buffs. That's cool. Because they're the big new shiny things. You gotta make them do damage. Overall, this is a fine patch. I didn't expect to see any Dark Knight anything on here because these are all just buffs, and Dark Knight doesn't need damage buffs. Dark Knight needs its kit reworked and fixed and adjusted, like the whole thing. And I don't think we're gonna get anything like that anytime soon. Definitely, like, maybe 6.1 at the earliest, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for 6.1. Maybe we'll see something in 6.4. That's when Monk got its little kind of rework adjustment last expansion. But I really do feel like if we're going to get anything on Dark Knight, it's going to be next expansion. So, I mean, everybody who likes doing, you know, hitting 30 buttons in their 2-minute like party buff window on Dark Knight, I'm sure they're having a blast. But I, for one, don't want to hit 30 buttons in 15 seconds just because you have to blow your 72 off global cooldowns while keeping uptime and doing movement and eating tank busters. Because that's not fun. That's just too many things to have to do at the same time. But whatever. It's a fine patch. It's exactly what I expected to see in 6.08. So whatever. What are you going to do, right? Maybe we'll see something next time, but whatever. It's fine.